Welcome everyone to the dance floor where life lessons are learned through the art of dance. I'm your host Anna Harsh, and today I wanted to chat with you about touring tips for dancers. My dance company, called Allegro Dance Company, just finished our 29th season on tour, and now we are in the midst of auditioning new dancers to go on tour with us again in 2023. So if you are out there in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area and you are a dancer that wants to tour and make some money over the summer, then put your application in today. Don't delay because we are hiring lots of dancers for our 30th anniversary tour. So send your resume and your current headshot to allegrodance@comcast.net. You can also visit our website, allegrodancecompany.net, for more information. And like I said, I will be hiring dancers, both men and women, to fulfill our 30th anniversary tour. So if you're interested in that, please put your application in today, your resume, and your headshot to allegrodance@comcast.net. Email that information today so that you can get in quickly, because we will be starting auditions and rehearsals right after the holiday season to get started. Okay, everyone, today is the top 10 tips to prepare you for dancing on tour. And right after this commercial break, I will be bringing you all of those amazing tips to get you ready. Okay, everyone, we are back. I'm Anna Harsh, and you're listening to The Dance Floor. And today I'm giving 10 tips to prepare you to dance on tour. It's a lot. So these 10 tips are going to help you to be prepared to get on the road and do your best. So here's the first tip: stamina. You have to be prepared for going on the road, for sure. It takes a lot out of you. And there are going to be certain days that can be long. And our shows, for example, are vibrant and fast-paced. The dances that my dance company perform are not for the weakest of hearts. That is for sure. Many of the folk dances we do are in a 6/8 tempo, which is very fast, as you know. And they have a lot of fast footwork. So you have to be ready. So it's important to train in our off-season. If we as dancers have an off season, I guess this is ours for my company right now, but we're all still training. So do some other styles like jazz or modern, and sometimes we even throw a little ballroom in our performance from time to time. So it's important for all of us to cross train, and that will definitely help with your stamina. Here's a way to boost your stamina. Put on your favorite song and dance to it continuously. Just start making up movement on the spot. Just do a little improv and try to do the whole song. See if you can make it through the whole song. Then, if it's easy for one song, then go for 2 songs or 3 songs, etc. Start building up your cardio and your stamina. And it's also about a little bit of strength too. I love doing yoga and Pilates for that exact reason. It really balances me out for my strength, not only for my body, but also for my mind, to think clearly and to breathe a little deeper on stage. It really does help. So if you're looking for a yoga or Pilates class, you can jump on my website, annaharsh.com, and you can book your own lesson. Okay, definitely want to keep that stamina up. It also keeps your muscles active and improves your breathing. Improving your breath really does help on tour. And we all know that you have to be able to breathe on stage. Driving from city to city can be exhausting. So start your training, everyone. If you haven't been cross-training, now's the time to start. And you can also book those classes on annaharsh.com. Okay, number 2, taking up space. Well, what does that mean? It means to dance bigger, dance full out, especially when you're practicing. But when we are touring, you won't always have the same setup or stage area, the same amount of space. So you have to be able to adjust your spacing on stage. Some stages from city to city can be vastly different. So if you get the same stage with a beautiful marley floor and lighting, then count your blessings because it's not always going to happen. Going from a rehearsal in a studio or a smaller space to a large area or a large arena or stage can be quite challenging. So you have to really think about how your movements need to explode on stage. When you perform, you want to take up as much space as possible. As a dancer, you want to be bigger than life on stage. We have performed in stadiums and larger festivals, and we have to be prepared to take up that space on stage to make it look cohesive and allow the audience to see exactly what you're doing. If you keep your movements really small, that won't read to the audience. So stop marking in your rehearsals. You shouldn't be marking your movements at all. You should be going full out as much as you can so that you can feel what it should be like on tour and what it will be like, so you can also keep up your stamina. So take up space. It's your time to shine on stage. Number 3, connections. Really perform on stage with your mind, body, and spirit. My company has a lot of partner work when we perform, so it's really important to stay present, be safe, and stay connected to your partner. Look at them in the eye. The other connection that you really want to be aware of is the connection with the audience. How are you connecting with them? How do you connect with your audience? Here's how. The energy that you produce on stage. Make it vibrant. Having eye contact not only with your partner to tell that story, but also with the audience. And be truthful with your performance and all of your movements. Where is it coming from? Tell the story really clearly so the audience can connect to what you're saying on stage. We have all seen those performances where dancers on stage are just showing off to show off and not really telling a story or offering anything to the audience. That's not what you want to do. When you are touring, you need to include your audience in the show. Let them in. One way that we do it is we open up our circles in some of our folk dances to a semicircle. And that allows the audience to see inside and see what we're doing. Finding those connections with your partner and your audience will make a difference. This will make a huge difference on tour. When you have that great energy and you have to go from city to city, it will help you get to the next stop, to the next performance. So make those connections with your partners, with the other dancers on stage, as well as the audience. Number 4, you have to be comfortable traveling. It's not for everyone, and we get it. But you have to keep in mind that not everybody loves the same food as you or does the same rituals before the show and maybe needs a little space to themselves. So be respectful and kind on tour to everyone. Remember, everyone's going through the same thing as you and they need a little downtime to themselves. So give them that. Give them their space and allow them to prepare backstage without bombarding them with questions every few minutes or asking them about a costume or a dance step. Just let them be for a few minutes so they can really prepare like you need to be preparing to go on stage. Be kind, be courteous, and allow space for everyone to do their own thing while they are on tour. Bring your favorite pillow and blanket too for the car rides. That might help you calm down and just have your own space. As well as bring a warm-up outfit before and after the show. You're always going to want to cover back up and get something comfortable on that looks nice though. Look nice. All right, so be comfortable traveling and be mindful of others. Number 5, we're halfway there. Memory. Do you have a great memory? Do you remember everything that you're supposed to bring on tour? There's so much to memorize on tour besides the choreography. That alone can be challenging, right? For Allegro, we have a 1-hour straight show without too many pauses to it. So it's a great deal to memorize. So train yourself to memorize things in small bites and then start connecting them. The other things that you need to remember are the items that you need to pack. What do you need? The shoes, the costumes, the snacks, the lunches, anything extra that you need for yourself. But besides that, you need to memorize the transitions from dance to dance. What props that are needed for the show? What about your costume changes? Well, that also has to be memorized down to the order that you need to change, the specific items like your hat or shoes. All of that has to be memorized. The thing that I do for my dancers and myself backstage, and I hope this really helps you too, is to make a sheet that hangs backstage on the costume rack that helps us all stay on task and remember what we need to change, when we need to change it, what props are needed, and what songs in the order of the show. So make some kind of cheat sheet backstage, even if it's just for yourself, so that you can help yourself memorize it. And then after a few shows, you're kind of get the hang of it and maybe not need the sheet. But it's always good to create something to help you memorize that. But it is a lot to memorize on stage and on tour, so be prepared for that. Know that that is going to be expected of you. It can be nerve-wracking, so stay calm backstage, do those breathing exercises, and help each other out if they need it. It can be really stressful on tour if you don't. So be prepared to memorize a lot of those things and help each other out. Number 6, remember why you started dancing or you wanted to perform in the first place. Write it down. Keep it in your car or in your touring bag. As a young child, I remember watching dancers performing on stage and thought it was just pure magic how they can show how the body could tell a story and make you feel so many emotions without ever saying a word. That's powerful. Think about why you wanted to do this in the first place. Why did you want to take a dance class? Why did you want to perform? And that will give you a little bit of perspective on tour. Remember that you're there to inspire others and share your gift. And you will inspire others while you're dancing on stage. They are right there in front of you, waiting to absorb your magic dust that you are spreading on stage. So stay grounded throughout your tour and don't let anyone steal away that joy. It is a gift to be able to tour and share your stories with thousands of audiences in all kinds of cities. So never take that for granted. Just remember why you started touring, why you started dancing. Write it down and keep it with you on tour. I think that will help. Number 7, taking care of yourself while you are on the road. Touring can take a big toll on your body, so it's important to eat well, get enough rest, and have that great mindset. Fruits and vegetables are going to be your best friends on the road, with maybe a little bit of pasta for fuel. Hydrate before and after the show with water. Sips are best before you go on and maybe during the show, but only take a sip of water. Don't take big gulps because your stomach will feel sick really fast. And no one wants to feel that sickness as they are leaping through the air or being tossed by a partner. Bring your snacks on the road and pack an extra lunch or dinner if you can, because it might be expensive to eat at the next stop or the next city that you go to. Besides the food, having a great mindset can help you really be ready to go on stage. Don't engage in negative chatter with others backstage. Your words do matter, so why not put only positive vibes out there in the universe? Encourage everyone backstage to stay positive, keep a smile on their face, and be mindful of the conversations you have before you take the stage. This can really make or break your performance. So have fun conversations that build trust and calmness backstage. Everyone can become a negative Nancy and talk about how tired they are when we really don't need to say any of that. Everybody is probably already tired, so you don't need to say that you are tired. Instead, say, "Let's have a great show, everyone. Let's do this." Then find that quietness as the show begins and stop the chatter before you take the stage. It's really not needed and it's best for your safety. Give everyone a wink and a nod and a smile and then take the stage and bring that energy. So take care of yourself on the road, and remember, eat well, sleep well, and be mindful of your chatter. Number 8, greeting fans. This is something that I think all dancers need to practice, and I'll say that again. Greet your fans. Every dancer out there should be practicing this as much as possible. Fans will be waiting to speak with you after your show, and maybe even sign autographs or take photos. Even though you are exhausted and dripping with sweat, it's important to greet them with a smile and say thank you so much for coming to our show. They are the reason you are there. Practice a brief conversation in the mirror. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming today. That means so much to me. Or maybe say, glad you made it. Did you have a favorite dance piece? Engage in a brief conversation. This helps build our community up and allows them a small window to your world, the dance world. Let them in, and perhaps they might tell others to come see your show at the next city or the next venue. Remember that kindness does matter, and words can carry a great amount of weight. So towel yourself off, get a quick drink, and pull yourself together enough to say hello to your audience members that are waiting for you. It means more than you think. Remember when you would see performances? Wouldn't it mean everything to you if those performers came down and spoke with you after their showcase? So do yourself a favor, practice how you're going to greet your fans after the show. Number 9, advertise for the company that you are in. This is so important. As a dancer, it's all hands on deck sometimes, so any extra boost makes a huge difference in getting the word out about your shows. I never understand why dancers work so hard to make the audition and work really hard to perform on stage, but then they tell no one about their show. Why do you do that? You should be telling everyone. You should be so proud of the work that you're doing and want to shout it from the rooftops every single day. Look, we all need to support one another and go to each other's performances. That's another tip. But if we don't, are they going to come to your show? I mean, if we don't support one another and tell everyone about our shows, what's the point of performing? Use your social media for good and spread the good news about these amazing shows that you are in. You don't have to be always on camera to say something. You can share the websites or details about the next show that you're going to be in. Tag the next city that you're going to be in. We go from city to city in different states, so I usually tag the next city or the next state that we're going to be in so that they know. Besides, you can tell your family, your friends, your neighbors about that next performance. Do it today. If you have a performance coming up soon, share it so that we, the audience, can be involved. We want to come to see your shows, but if we don't know where it is or when it is, what's the point? Besides, doing these little extras and going a little bit beyond what is expected for you as a company member, this will go a longer distance with the director and company leaders than you think. It's really important. It's something that I notice on tour with my dancers. When photos are shared, videos are posted, hashtags get noticed, guess what? More gigs and more performances can be obtained, which means what? More money for you, the dancers, in return. Yep, that's how it works. So post, share, like, subscribe to all of those things that you are sharing, and encourage others to also share your work. It's important to get the word out so that we can continue to do the amazing work and give audiences really great shows. So advertise for your company that you're in. It's really important, and everyone will take notice. Trust me. Okay, here's your final tip. Are you ready? Are you taking notes at this point? I hope so. Number 10, save your money on tour. Well, what do I mean by that? It's important for every dancer to have their own checking account and their own savings account already set up. It's so that you can get paid, right? Get paid. That's why we also do this, so that we can make a living doing what we love. So if you don't have this checking account and savings account set up, go today, go to your bank, set up an automatic savings account so that you can have a little bit of your money go directly to your savings account as soon as you get paid. This helps you save. Even if it's only $5, $10, $15, or $20 per show, save it. And by the end of the tour, you will see how much you've saved for your future. And that's important too. Thinking about your future endeavors and your future life, what is that going to be like? Maybe you won't be dancing forever. The body will break down eventually. But you might be teaching in the future, you might be doing podcasts, and you're going to need finances in the future. So don't forget to save. And I'll be talking about finances in the future episodes. But for now, keep saving and make sure you have all of those accounts already set up. There are so many ways to save on tour besides putting cash away into an automatic savings account every month or every time you get paid. You can carpool, which we do. We all gather in a car to go to the next city, so as many dancers can fit in my car, or other dancers collaborate they ride with each other to save a little gas and time, of course, and parking. Sometimes festivals, you have to pay for parking. So carpool, that's a great way to save. And the other thing that I mentioned earlier is bring your own snacks, bring your own food, pack your own lunch or dinner on the road, bring a cooler. And that really helps save on the road. And maybe share that with other dancers. Maybe you can go in on it. So collaborate with the other dancers in the company. And maybe you can go in on bigger items that we all could share on tour so that food costs are down, carpooling, so gas prices are down. Those are all great ways to save. Save your money on tour. So besides the automatic savings every month or every time you get paid, make sure you set that up so that you don't have to think about it. Automatic savings that goes right into your savings account from your checking, and then you're going to see how much that quickly will build up. I know that the other way I help the dancers save in my company is I've offered my own house for dancers to stay over, spend the night if we're in between cities or in between performances, so they don't have to waste time and money on gas and driving back and forth to their home, especially if they live a little bit of a distance from me. Like I said earlier, I've also offered many rides over the years to dancers that didn't have a car or a way to and from a show or a rehearsal. We can all pitch in to make a difference. So think about ways you can save on tour. And that's a really great tip to be aware of and to think about while you're getting ready to tour. So set up that savings account and pack some things on the road so that you don't have to buy it. Okay, everyone, don't forget to visit our website. Remember, I'm looking to hire those dancers in the Pittsburgh area, allegrodancecompany.net for more information about where we'll be on tour next year, and also visit annaharsh.com for dance lessons online. Thanks, everyone, for listening today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your other dance friends. To the dance floor, I'm your host, Anna Harsh. And until next time, keep moving on the dance floor.